Hello, 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 y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody today? Let me clean my screen really quick, y'all. Let me grab something really quick. My camera seems a little blurry right there. Hey, good morning. Come on in. I want to show y'all how I make soap, okay? I know I don't go live on my page that much, but I decided to bring y'all along on the adventure with me this morning while I make some soap. So this soap that I'm about to make is one of my best-selling soaps. It's my oatmeal milk and honey, and I make it with real oatmeal, real milk, real honey. And I just had my gloves. Here they go. Hold on one second. When you're making soap, the one thing you want to do is put your gloves on. Hey, how are you? How are you, love? Let me put my gloves on. Put my gloves on, girl. Gloves on for safety. Now, anybody who makes soap, y'all know that whenever you make soap, you're supposed to have on long sleeve, long pants, gloves, goggles, shoes, all of that. Y'all don't got on no long sleeves, so don't copy me on that, okay? But I've been making soap for a long time. I know you can't never be too careful with this stuff, but at the same time, it's just one of them things that I sometimes do and break the rule, okay? I'm going to stir this oil up. In this bowl, y'all, I have different oils. I have, this is olive oil, canola oil. This is shea butter. This is coconut oil. What else kind of oil I have here? Castor oil. There's a lot of good oils in here. And also I have in here, I don't know if y'all can see the little grains on my spoon. Let me turn this so y'all can see this. Okay, dear, great. So here you can see the little grains in here. That is actually oatmeal. And I have honey mixed in here. I have goat milk in here, as well as I also have buttermilk. So when I do my oatmeal milk and honey soap, it's a double milk that I put in here because it's really good and nourishing for your skin. In this bowl right here, I have my lye solution. And also I have in here some tussar silk fibers. So in order to make soap, you have to combine the oil and the water mixture. So I'll show you that. But here I have my colorant. So since my soap is oatmeal milk and honey, I have like a dark brown here. I have a white color here, which will represent my milk. And then I also have a lighter brown, reddy brown that I kind of mixed up. That's like my honey. So I have 3 different colors. And then I have my fragrance, right? So here's how this works. Whenever you make soap, there's a couple ways you can make soap. There's a cold process method, which is what I'm going to do. A hot process method. And then there is soap that is melt and pour soap. This soap I'm making from scratch. Okay, so literally I have my oils in here. Y'all can see that's mixed with my honey and my oatmeal and my milk for those of you who just got on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour my lye solution from this bowl into this bowl with my oils. And this thing right here that y'all saw me put in here, this is an immersion blender. So this is going to allow me to post mix everything. Before I start mixing it, I'm going to stir it up a little bit with my spoon because I want to grab everything from the bottom. And y'all can see here how it's starting to get a little thick. It's going to get like pudding, y'all. Just watch. So here I'm going to take my mixer and I'm going to pulse it. And what I'm doing is I'm creating an emulsification to allow my lye solution and my oils to all mix together. And I just want to get them to emulsify together because I'm going to pour them off in them 3 different bowls that y'all saw me. So now that I got that emulsified together, I am going to add my fragrance oil to it. And this is how we get the smell in our soap. And I'm going to tap this down just to get any air bubbles out. And I'm going to pulse it a little bit more. Good morning, Joyce. And I'm pulsing this to a very thin trace, y'all. It's very thin. You see how this is still liquidy? So now that I got everything mixed together, I'm going to divide this off into thirds, into my 3 containers of color. So 1, 2, 3. This smells so good, y'all. And now that I'm at the bottom, I'm going to scrape a little bit of that out because that's just basically a little bit of settlement of my oatmeal. Let me show y'all. So you can see a little bit of the settlement of the oatmeal, and I'm going to make sure that it's evenly distributed between all 3 of my colors, right? So now I'm getting all of this stuff out of this bowl. Right? So what I'm going to do here, set this to the side in my dirty bowl stuff. And what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to hand mix my color. And you see how that just mixed all together? And I'm doing this with my spatula, y'all, because I want this to stay as thin as possible for as long as possible for the swirls that I'm going to put in my soap. So that's one color. This is my next color. This is my darker brown. And with this recipe that I have, is what we call a slow moving recipe. So I can keep this really thin for a good little while. Now, this is my white, and I'm just stirring it up. And you see how all the colors are coming together? Like so. I promise y'all this is going to get thicker. So just keep watching. You're going to see what starts to happen. But I want this slow moving. Okay? So now that I got all of this together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with my blender. And I'm just going to pulse it just to get it a tad bit thicker. Not thick, but just a little bit. So that's about 7 pulses. That's good. Okay? Now I'm going to go into my next color, which is my in-between color. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay? Stir that around a little bit. Now I'm going to come into my darkest color. So I went from light to dark with my colors in my blender. Stir that around a little bit. Just like that. Okay? Now, when I set that down, I'm going to get my mold. And now I'm going to pour this into my mold. Okay? So with me pouring it into my mold, and I'm keeping it thin, I'm pouring it so that I can make swirls in my soap. Right? So here we go. So here is my mold, and it's a block, right? So my first color I'm going to pour down in here is my brown. Just so that my base of my soap will be brown. Now inside of that, I'm going to go in on one side of my soap this way with some white. Because I know what design I want to make in my mind. Okay? So I'm dropping that in there. Now I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to add my other color right on top of that white. Right? And it's beginning to swirl down in there. Now I'm going to go back in on top of that. And I'm going to add some more brown. Then I'm going to add more white. Add a little more of my red middle color. And I don't know if y'all could see it coming up the bowl. Let me turn my camera down a little bit. Y'all can see it start coming up my mold. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to add some more brown right on top of that. Going back and forth. Add some more white right on top of that. Going back and forth. Right here. Just like that. And y'all see my mold is beginning to fill up, right? So once I get to the top, I can decorate the top of my soap. So a little more brown. A little more white. And a little more of my middle color. Right down. Just alternating my colors. Now, to get my swirls the way that I want my swirls in here, what I'm going to do is I have a hanger tool right here. Right? So I take this, I put my hanger tool in here. I'm going to make it where it goes down to the bottom of my mold. I'm going to bring it to me up in like a figure 8 motion. I'm going to swirl. I'm going to go down. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to swirl it some more. Swirl it some more. So when I cut this, I know what this soap is going to look like. That's Micah's. Is that Micah's? Yes, this is Micah's, Ami. This is Micah's. So now, what I'm going to do, with the top of my soap, y'all, I'm going to lightly pour my colors so that they remain on the top. Okay, that's one. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing with these stripes in a second. You see how it's starting to get thicker? So, I pretty much in my mind knew what design I wanted to make when I started this. So, that's why I am doing this way. Because of the swirl that I want to make on the top. Okay? So, now I'm going to come down. And then I have my last line that I'm going to make right here. So now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a skewer. And with my skewer, I am going to go back and forth. With this swirl, back and forth. And you see how that design is coming in on the top? From me doing those lines. Okay? And this is my oatmeal, milk, and honey, y'all. Like I said, it's made with real oatmeal, real milk, real honey. Now I'm going to drop this down in here. And I'm going to take this. Cool, right? Now I did that like that. So what I'm going to do here, I could stop at this design, but y'all who know me know that I'm extra, okay? So I could stop my design right here. This is a Taiwan swirl. But what I like to do with this soap, the way that I designed this soap, is on the top of here, I'm going to take it and I am going to do what we call a peacock swirl inside, which I'm just going to go back and forth like this. And then where I start here, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to do it again here. And that's it, y'all. If I wanted to put oatmeal on the top of it, I could put more oatmeal on the top of it or whatever. What I'm going to do is just clean up my mold. And I'm going to take my soap here and I'm going to place it in the oven for an hour on 170 degrees so that I can get it to mold real fast. I'm going to place it in the oven. Or I can sit it out literally and put a shower cap on it and let it sit on my counter. But can y'all see this? Can y'all see this design? I'll take some pictures and put them on my Facebook page so y'all can see it. But y'all, this is how easy it is to make soap from scratch. Y'all literally just watch me make soap from scratch. And what I'm going to do with my soap that I have extra in my containers, I take this soap right here and I'll mix it all together, my colors all together, and I will make some samples. So I have 1, 2, 3, just a little bit left for 3. So this will probably be enough for like 2 samples. I do make samples in my from my ends of my soap right there, and I cut it. So all I'll do is I'll just get one of my little, I might make more than 2 samples, y'all, because I can put it in my little heart mold right here. And all I got to do is just pour. And when I pour it, it's just going to make pretty swirls right down in the hearts. Just like that, coming out of the thing. And that's it, y'all. And by tomorrow morning, or later this evening, if I put it in my oven, you will have soap that you could bathe with. This is all natural soap. Here you go. Y'all see how this not moving no more? How it's a little bit, because it gets thick. It gets thicker and thicker as it sets. But here you go. This is that little bit that I poured off to make samples. This is what the sample soaps look like. Right there. So, and I put them in a cute little package. Y'all can see that. Yep. I put them in a cute little package with my customers. So if a customer orders a different soap, they can get a sample of this one. And they know what it looks like. They know what it smells like. All of that. Hey, Miracle, how are you? Thank you for watching, love. So, yeah, guys, that's it. That is how you make soap. For those of you who have not already visited my website, you can visit my website, YorelNaturals, and see some more pretty soaps that I have over there. All of our soaps have really good benefits. I made a soap yesterday. It's over there curing. I made a soap yesterday. It is a green tea. And it's a green tea, and oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. What was that soap I made yesterday? If I wouldn't been trying to tell you. Green tea and sea kelp, that's what it was. Green tea and sea kelp. So that's really good like for acne and people who have blemishes and everything like that on their face. But this is it, y'all. This is soap. This is how you make soap. Give me your comments below. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what you think about this design. And if there's a soap that you like and you want to see me make it, let me know. Put it down in the comments below and I'll come on here and make it live for you. Alright? Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure that you share this video. Let people know how easy it is to make soap. Alright, guys. Bye.